I did notice some people had some different style legs, so I just wanted to very, very quickly address how I would handle them. So the one that I did on my robot model has, you know, a normal human foot where you have like a ball. The only thing I really don't have is like toes. But in this case, you know, we have all these attributes for toe wiggle and all that good stuff. This is what I sort of set up in the last video. And you can see I have some other style legs here. I've already set them up. It's a really, really similar process to what I did for this leg. I just sort of wanted to address the slight differences between them. So if you have something like this, where maybe you just have like a little nub, there's nothing bendy on the foot. And by the way, smooth skin binding on the foot, you know, if you have like a boot or something else, would count as this kind of leg. You would just, you know, bind your skin to multiple joints, and then it would be bendy instead of a separate piece. But for something like this, where you do have a joint on your ankle, again, you can set it up pretty much the same way. You'll notice I've moved the joint position slightly. It kind of doesn't really matter that much. But I have pretty much the same joints. So you'll notice like here, we have a knee, an ankle, and a ball. And here we have a knee, an ankle, and a ball. And if you pop into the outliner, you'll see the setup is pretty similar. So I have like the control for the IK handle. Under that, I have a group for the heel and a group for the tippy toe, the same way I did before. The only real difference is that I don't have those two extra groups that were ball and toe roll under tippy toe. So basically you just get rid of those entirely, attach the little single chain solver foot IK directly under tippy toe, and I do have that there. That's still chilling between the ankle and the ball of the foot. Again, same way it was on this leg. So really the only difference here is you don't have those extra two groups for the joint in the middle of the foot. I've also gone ahead and, you know, I've hooked up twist, same way I normally would, heel roll, so we have this same functionality we did before. Heel rub out, blah blah blah. I just didn't get rid of this, but you don't really need this because there's no joints there. And then the toe I've set up as my tippy toe. I just didn't feel like changing the attribute name. And I have, again, pretty much the same setup, there's just no bendy part in the middle of the foot. Third type of joint that I have is this one, and this is like honestly kind of weird of a setup. You'll notice I have the same sort of joint setup here where I have the, what am I saying, like the knee, and in this case it's a very weirdly placed ankle, but this is my ankle, and here is my ball. And in this case, I noticed I've been like trying to set this up forever with like a nice ball roll and like a nice heel roll. I haven't found a fantastic way to do that. And part of the reason you'll notice is as I bend this, so this piece of geometry is only attached to the knee. So as I bend that, whatever rotation is on the knee gets transferred automatically to the bottom of this foot. So basically what's going to happen here is like as this character sort of walks around, the foot is moving more or less automatically with the knee. So I've never personally had to animate something like this, but I would imagine, I'm actually just going to get rid of this ball joint entirely. I don't think you need it. But you will just need to take a little bit of extra, and the IK solver also don't really need that. You can see I had the like experimental joints in there, and I couldn't make this work. I'm sure there's a way to do it, I just don't know what it is. But as you're animating this, like I would just, oopsie, what did I do? I would just sort of take care to make sure that like, good lord, give me 2 seconds. Basically that like the foot isn't clipping through the ground. You'll have to check on that manually more than you would with some other types of legs. Which as far as I can tell is, what have I done here? Okay, anywho, I'm just gonna undo that because this is, I've broken it and I don't feel like trying to fix it. So again, I mean, you can kind of see like how that's working. Like as you're walking, you just sort of do this. Which again, it will be harder to animate, definitely easier to model, easier to set up the rig for, but you will just need to take like lots of extra care to make sure that that sort of does what you expect it to. Hopefully that's been sort of vaguely helpful. If you have any questions about different types of legs, let me know. And again, I set this whole thing up in the last video. It's a longer video, I guess, because we had a lot of like real-time troubleshooting, but basically all you do is go through, so we'll find the foot control and the normal one. So you do have just sort of all of these little group. So you have your IK control for the ankle, group for the heel, which is positioned on the heel, group for the tippy toe, positioned here, group for the ball joint, which is going to be directly in the center of whatever joint you have for your ball joint setup. And there should actually, interestingly, oh wait, no. Usually there's an extra toe group there, but for some reason I've omitted that, but it still works, so I think I just attached this to the ball joint rotation. But anywho, and you set up a little single chain solver between the ankle and the ball of the foot. That goes under this little null group for the ball that you've made. And then you just need to basically attach the ball joint to the IK handle for that leg, I believe. But again, I go over that all in the other video. This is pretty much, I just wanted to show you like the slight differences between these different types of leg setups. Yeah.